Now we need to open door number 1, and I believe the engraving for that one was above the fireplace. We don't have to be too exact with these planets, thankfully. As long as we are in the general area, it's fine. Now, logic dictates that we should go down through this corridor here. I mean, it's the entrance to the mines. There are also a couple of scenes which trigger from going in this direction as well. But we will not be going through this doorway. We will be going through the back entrance. But don't worry, we will still trigger the scenes. There are just a couple of things that I'd like to show you. The first one is a shortcut that we have opened in the last video, I believe, by pressing the lever down in the tunnels. This one brings us back to the entrance of the castle.
Am I in hell? Or have I been given a second chance? I must know the truth.
The second thing that I would like to show you is a secret entrance.
Why, a block has risen out of the water. What sort of contraption is this?
This entrance brings us into the other side of the mines. We can escape by pressing this lever right here.
There must be something salvageable here to help me escape this place and leave Frankenstein's madness behind. It would be suicide to try to swim from here.
We can't swim, but maybe we can dive. Before we go anywhere, we need to bring along this spear gun right here. Otherwise, we will not be coming back up. And we also need some oxygen as well. There are 2 points of interest down here. The first one is this note right here. And this contains a lot of names, as you can see for yourself. But the one that we need to focus on is the name Gabrielle right here. The name of Philip's daughter. I can only guess, but I believe these numbers correspond to their ages. For some reason we cannot take this note with us. The second point of interest is right here. A chest of gold bars, which again we cannot remove. Yes, that's why we need to bring the spear gun with us. Without it, the octopus would kill us.
There is no escape from this place. Perhaps I should leave this here.
You can bring it if you want to. It might not be very useful. Now, the left route, I believe, takes us back to the maze, well, the garden entrance. There we go, we are back at the start, which didn't take too long, so we may as well start from here. Before we do anything in this area...
What is that thing? Oh my god! Is it attacking me?
Go right. Philip, no leave. Don't go.
Okay, so we now have a talking hand that seems to know who we are. And the hand is correct. Right is the direction where we need to go. But before I venture further, there's something we need to do in here. You can see here there is a loose chain. And we also have a chained up door as well. And we need to open this door. And the only way to open the door is with some vandalism. Now the door is open and we also have another means across. Pulling that lever means we can spring into action. So let's go back to the entranceway. Inside of these tunnels are 3 of these conveyor belts, which we need to switch on. And we couldn't switch them on until we pulled the switch in the water wheel room. These tunnels are quite disconcerting as they don't really make a whole lot of sense, and there is one entranceway which kind of loops us back around, which has thrown me off a couple of times. The left corridor brings us to a dead end, but there is a window right here and some quite funky music. It looks like there's a cupboard in there. The middle one brings us to this second conveyor belt. Now we are back near the water wheel.
It's just a pathetic piece of flesh. I wonder, how dangerous is this creature?
If we really wanted to, we could pick up this stone and hit the hand with it.
Gabrielle, good. No hurt, dirt. Left is right.
I really do not want to hurt that hand because it is very helpful. The hand also seems to know Gabrielle. I do have my speculations of who this hand belongs to, but I'm sure we will find out later on. Can we keep this stone?
This is too large to fit in the bag.
Okay, maybe not.
Perhaps I should leave this here.
Well, where are we going? So that is the third and final one in these tunnels, which means we can now venture through. Whoops. The clue of finding the water wheel is the sound of the water. Yeah, this means we can now go through this passageway here, which brings us out into the mines proper. We can go left or we can go right. Right now we need to go left. The fourth and final conveyor belt is here. And we now need to start processing some ore. We start by turning on this conveyor belt. And now we need to complete a sort of mini game. We need to crush the ore that passes through here twice, and we don't stop until there is a alarm of some sort. And they come down here randomized, so sometimes it can be quite easy, sometimes it can be a bit more frantic. I say frantic even though they're moving at a slower pace, but as you can see, everything still needs to be timed. And if we don't time these correctly, then the machine will jam and we have to reset everything and start all over again. I think we are mostly done right now. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Okay, that means it's done. I was slightly worried there because we had a warning beep. But I'm guessing we have a couple of chances of making a mistake. We can now see that this cart is full of ore, which means we're done here. Let's go down the other way. This is another part of the game that had me quite worried, as it's quite elaborate and we are still not done yet. This brings us back into the melting chamber. And we need to bring this cart down here. Not to here. The track will bring it right through to this dead end. we need to bring the cart through to this area here. As you can see, we have some more chained up doors. Now the first thing that we need to do is we need to change the direction of the tracks. This one is fine as it takes us down further through to the tunnels. We can change this direction if we want to, but we won't be doing it just yet. Now to bring the cart down this way, we need to flick the left switch. There we go. Now to bring this cart back, we need to flick the right switch. So up is to the left, down is to the right. And while we're here, let's send that cart into the melting chamber, as we will need to melt this ore down. We will be going into the room further down this way at some point. For now, let's make use of this room while we're here. Now we do have some instructions for this contraption here, which is quite far down here, I believe. There we go. So claw power switch, electro switch, the temperature gauge, voltage control, voltage meter, vertical claw control, horizontal claw control, and door open lever. Now I do actually have instructions of what we need to do. We do, but instead of reading about it, let's just get it done. So first things first, switch the claw on. Then we need to get the claw into position, and we do that by pulling it to the right. And then back to the left. Then we pull the lever down. Okay, so it's going smoothly so far. Okay, so temperature needs to go up. The voltage control needs to be on 80. And then we need to pull this switch here. Great, now we just need to place it back into the cart. Great, that is one step done. I am very happy. Things have been going smoothly with this recording. I've had to abandon a few attempts at doing this video. We now need to send this cart back to this direction here. It's already on the correct routes down the end. I want to get the next step done before I stop recording this session, because there's still procedures to follow. I mean, we should have enough time. I mean, if not, then it's just going to be a slightly longer video than normal. Okay. You can see here there are even more contraptions. Going this direction means we start heading back down to the tunnels again. Oh, that's quite interesting. We have lots of valves and things here, which I am not going to mess with, apart from this one here. So yes, we have a big mixing bowl here with various chemicals and such. H2O, of course, is water. Here is a dumbwaiter, which I believe is the same one that goes up to the laboratory. More fabulous levers. Now I will spare you the endless notes again. We need to bring up the whatever that thing is, the ore, whatever we turn the ore into from the cart, up into here, into the mixing bowl. And turning on the Tesla coil, I believe, powers up this machine. So instead of elaborating on all the steps, let's just get cracking on. So we need to pull the claw to the right. There is a claw here in the background. That was a rather lovely squishy ploppy sound. Before we make any further moves, we need to mix this ore up. And first things first, I believe the first ingredient is the H2O. Then the nitric acid. And then we just mix them together. Now it should be done. Groovy. Now it's back to the control panel. We now need to bring this container up into this contraption here. Right, now that is in place, we can activate the electrical switch. It sounded like R2-D2 getting hit by one of the Jawas in Star Wars. Right, the volts now need to be set to 80. I can now breathe a sigh of relief because we have just created a massive lifestone. I have now accomplished everything that I set out to do for this video. Let's get out of here.